everyone, happy Saturday. My name is Grohlvana, and you guys really enjoyed my last commentary video, so I thought I'd upload a new one. This one's even better, and I come in first, and I get like 25 kills, and you know, my gameplay speaks for itself, so I wanted to focus on topic commentary rather than live or post commentary. And also, that being said, please, any topics you guys have, go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and if I find them interesting, or if I find that I have a lot of input on that topic, I will definitely make a commentary video and talk about that topic. And if you guys vote up the comments that you want to hear me talk about, that would help me even more. So if you don't know how I play Halo, basically it's really aggressive rushing, and I like to think that not a lot of people do this, so I think you'll find the commentary interesting, and like I said, it speaks for itself. So today I'll be talking about my gaming history in terms of like where I started, where I'm at now, and you know, everything in between. So this is only a 6.5 minute video, so I'm going to try and talk through this stuff really fast. I don't want to get held up on certain things. So yeah, let's see. When I was really young, my mom was a single mom and she worked a lot. So a lot of the time I would be at my grandparents' house and they would look after me while my mom was working in the day. And for some reason, I don't know why, you know, it's just dawning on me now how weird it is. My grandpa had a NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System, and maybe I asked him to buy it, maybe he got it for me. I just really can't remember, but all I know is that's something that I sunk so much time into. And he would go to the flea market a lot, and he'd always bring back a game or so, and I would just play the most random weird games, and I never really knew what I was playing. I remember one time I was playing Mega Man 1, I think, and that was like my most favorite game. And games back then were a lot harder to complete than games these days if you've never played the NES or whatever. And you know, beating stages in Mega Man 1 or whatever was like some of the most accomplished I've ever felt, you know, some of the most accomplished feelings I've ever felt or whatever. But anyways, so I played the NES a lot, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I just played it for fun, you know. There was like no saves, there was password systems. I just log an hour into it, stop, go back, reload. A lot of the time I had no idea what I was doing. And you know, I can't remember either, but somewhere down the line we upgraded to an SNES, the Super Nintendo, and you know, it was on that system. I know my dad had an SNES too, and I would go to his house and I'd play some games on there like Yoshi's Island. If it's not on the SNES, then I regret saying that, but I just remember playing Yoshi's Island and other stuff on the SNES at his house. And I remember he had Chrono Trigger, which is my favorite game of all time and will probably remain my favorite game of all time. And I asked him, can I play that, Dad? And he would just be like, you gotta learn, because I was really, really young, and he's like, you have to be able to read really well, because, you know, it's an RPG. And I'm glad he told me that, because I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing, and I would probably hate it. So, you know, I played that and whatever, and then one day in the 90s, when the Nintendo 64 came out, I wanted that freaking system so bad, and I just remember constantly begging my mom and just doing everything I could to ensure that I could get that N64, the Nintendo 64, the culmination of gaming enjoyment. And I remember one day on a birthday, I had my birthday party at a roller rink, because where we lived, the roller skating rink was huge where I lived, and that's what a lot of kids did. And I had my birthday there, and there was this huge box, and I opened it in the party room, and it was a Nintendo 64, and I literally fell backwards out of my chair in excitement, and everybody was laughing, and I didn't care, because I had a Nintendo 64, and it was like one of the most happy days I've ever had in my whole life. I was just so incredibly happy, and I'm sure anyone who's had a Nintendo 64 feels the same exact way. And I remember my mom had a boyfriend at the time, and he gave me The Legend of Zelda, The Ocarina of Time. I had no idea what it was. I had played The Legend of Zelda before on the NES, but you know, it was before it was popular. At least I didn't know it was popular, and so I really didn't know what to expect. And that, you know, that game turned out to be one of my favorite games of all time. But I love Majora's Mask more. And you know, the Nintendo 64 is really what got me addicted to video games. And here I am today with 6,000 subscribers, and so I'm glad I got addicted to video games, although my mom might not be as glad. It really turned out, you know, it's just a passion. It's not even, you know, just something I do for fun. It's like a passion, you know. I'm sure lots of you can you know, agree with me. And so I just played so many games on the Nintendo 64, you know, Bomberman 64, Super Mario 64, Majora's Mask, just so many to list and whatever. And that was really where I started, you know, paying attention to good games and completing games and all that sort of stuff. And so when the Gamecube came out, I didn't really I believe it came out at the same time around Xbox and PlayStation 2 or whatever, 3, and well, 3 came out after. I'm getting my time mixed up. Anyways, I stuck with the GameCube just because I had been with Nintendo for so long, and I was like, well, why change now? I'm going to keep with the GameCube. And I remember one thing that started to get me thinking, like, man, Nintendo really isn't keeping up, because my friend had an Xbox, and I was like, this is way better than the GameCube. And I remember it didn't have a DVD player, and I was like, why doesn't my GameCube have a DVD player? The Xbox does, the PlayStation does, you know? So, you know, I played the GameCube. I played Super Smash Bros. Melee like about a bajillion different times, and I enjoyed my GameCube a lot, you know. But then I moved on to the Xbox, and then the Xbox 360, and that's where we're here today. But, you know, so my roots really are Nintendo, and I'm sure a lot of people's roots are Nintendo too. But, you know, it's just after a certain point, I bought the Wii. I bought a Wii before I bought an Xbox, and the Wii was just such a huge disappointment to me. You know, I really got the feeling like, wow, this is a gimmick, you know, as far as motion controls. Of course, there are really good games on there, like Twilight Princess and stuff, but I don't know. That really made me realize, wow, Nintendo really is not pushing the envelope anymore. They're really dated. So that made me switch to the Xbox 360. I had an original Xbox, and I loved it so much. And you know, that's like the condensed version. Maybe, you know, somewhere down the line, 50,000 subscribers, whatever, I'll go really into depth. But that's my basic gaming history, you know, from the NES all the way to the Xbox 360 where we are today. I hope you guys enjoyed that commentary. Again, leave your suggestions for what you want to hear me talk about in the comment section below. And have a great day.